All right, today's topic. I've been live in a couple days, but today's topic is about when you have when you're trying to do your you're doing your routine, and it's a beautiful day, a lot of sunny days, but everything just sucks because you got a cloud of negative thoughts that just keep right. You're trying to you do visuals, right? You're trying to feel good and do the positive visuals, everything, right? So you have this positive thought. You're trying to go into the flow and elevate. You're trying to elevate, and you're trying to plan your future, right? So a thought comes of your future, right? And then the brain right away cock blocks you and goes, no, 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 that's not going to happen. No. Ugh. So you have this dark cloud over you with every thought that you have. And it's like, when is this going to stop? What's the point? What's the point of me even trying to think of anything of my future? When I do my future visuals, it just reminds me of what I won't have. It cock blocks me. Right. The more I try to do anything positive, the more doom I get. The more it reminds me of, no, you're not going to have that. Well, what? Okay, we'll let you. What do you want to? What do you want to create in your future? What do you? What do you? Right? It's like, well, I want to. It's going to be great. I'm going to have this landscaping company cutting lawns, and we're gonna do. It's gonna go commercial, and then we're gonna go live in the West Coast. It's gonna be this big franchise, and it's gonna. I'm gonna live in this nice home with this massive property with the lawn cut nicely on angles, right? And it's gonna be. Then the brain goes, "No, you're not. Who are you kidding? You're gonna be sick. You can't run a business. You're gonna be sick. You're gonna be suffering. You're gonna be living on disability in the basement with two cats, maybe three, and that's gonna be your life for the rest of your life. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be what your normal life will be. You're not gonna run a business and a successful business and have lots of money and live out west and all your dreams. Forget it, buddy. No, 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 no. Forget it. So it's constantly a negative Nancy, and it feels so deflating, and it takes the air out of your sails every day, every second. It's right, but that's it. That's the journey, because you're literally everything in the beginning. You're dealing with resistance, even in the middle, at the end too. You're literally walking up the mountain, introducing a new program, right? Talking about this positive shit and visualizing it, right? But this old program is still there, right? And what we don't want to do is we don't want to analyze it. We don't want to quit. Yeah, it's going to be, you're going to feel demoralized. You're going to feel depressed. You're going to feel like you're losing hope. But keep going, because you got to keep walking up that mountain in flip flops, dragging in that new program, and allow. This is the key. This is it. Like, some of you guys know this already. This is the key. And allow the brain to give you the doubt, to give you the OCD looping thoughts, right? To make you think there's no way. No, no. Let it cock block you. Let it give you these old, these even new core beliefs that are stuck in there, right? Old core beliefs that won't let go, that won't let you have that thing or create that with freedom, won't have that. It's like it's weighing you down with this belief, and you're trying to get loose from these chains of these thoughts, but it's not. It's holding you back. So every time you try, it just actually that negative thought goes even stronger and stronger and stronger. You're trying to force yourself to have that positive feeling and freedom of, no, that's going to be good. I feel good. No, this is going to be so amazing. The brain goes, no. The more you push out to feel good, the more the brain goes, no. The more cock blocks you, the more you feel doom and gloom. That's all normal. And I'm telling you right now, eventually, in time, it's going to release. I know right now it's like I'm stuck like this. So what do I do? I gotta figure something, or I'm stuck. Fuck it. I don't even want to. I don't even want to learn how to get this unstuck, because that means another. It's just another fucking can of worms. I gotta open. I don't want to do that. I'm exhausted. I don't want to, but I have to. Oh man, this is just a nightmare. It's just, it just never ends. Oh, you know what? I'll just eat some chocolate. I'll just. You know what? I'll have cats. Whatever. I'm never gonna have. And it's just the worst feeling in the world when you get happy about something for a split second. It's a sunny, beautiful day. You might be at the beach because you're thinking, I should start going to the beach and elevating, right? You have a beautiful dog. You can't enjoy the present moment anymore. It robs you of any any moments that you have to sit and enjoy. It robs you of your walks. It robs you of family time. It robs you of, looking at your dog. Like you see your dogs. You're like, they're beautiful. They're happy. I wish I could be present with them and to really absorb that and enjoy that and be grateful and right because you try to be, and it just falls. It just nothing. If anything, no. The more you try to feel good or oh look, it's such a beautiful day, right? The brain goes, no, it's a cloudy day inside in here, right? There's a cloud following you everywhere. You're at the beach, everything's like lightning, right? It's doom and gloom. The brain cock blocks your. It's always negative Nancy's like, no, no, negative Nancy's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And it feels exactly, it creates this reality around you. I know I had that constantly. And you know what? It's normal. And guess what? You're gonna move through it, and you're gonna get to the other side where it's gonna stop doing that. You're not gonna have these old core beliefs of negativity or the second by second. Every time you try to do something, try to feel good, it takes it away. Eventually, it's gonna stop doing that, and you're gonna have freedom to feel whatever you want to feel. If you don't even want to feel happy that day, you want to feel angry, it's not gonna cock block you. You want to feel sad, happy, it's not gonna cock block you. Right? Because over time, when we bring that survival state down, right? When we do the work, we elevate, we allow, we allow the old program to be there and do its thing. Right? When you allow something to be there, it dies out by itself. It untangles. And eventually, when it comes down to here, the alarms start to turn off. Alarms meaning mental alarms, mental symptoms, physical alarms, physical symptoms. Right? Because you allowed them, let them do their thing, and they were able to die out, and you introduced the new program of what you felt. Right? And then that becomes the main program with repetition. So you need to have the brain cock block you, give you the doubt with every thought, and have you looping on thoughts and fears and worries, and have the symptoms move around, new ones, right, that make you freak out for a week. Of course, that gives you feel like you have, this is why it takes 3 years. That's why it took me fucking 3 years, right? Because you get a new symptom, you're human, you're going to freak out for a week at least. And then you write it down, you become friends with it. You're not tight yet. You're not, best friends yet. You're still kind of scared of it. It goes, you wrote it down, the history, the experience, and then it comes back maybe in a month. It's still scary, but you're like, you were here before. I'm still scared. Before it was 15 out of 10. Forget it. But now it's more like a 9.5 out of 10. I'm freaking out, but I know. I think I'm building some leverage here. So I'm going to have a little bit of a freak out, but it's only going to last me 4 days. Right? Only 4 days. Plus and I'm going to write this. I'm going to write this down. Right? I'm going to write this down. Right? September, I had this in August. September the 12th. Blue, blue, blah, blue, blue. Right? And then it goes. And it comes back November. You're like, hey, dude. Right? You go through your little evidence book. Right? You're like, hey, remember when yeah. Fucking, okay, that symptom. Oh, yeah. And you were kind of different the last time, too. You kind of moved over here and then over here a little bit. So I added that. Interesting. Right? And then it goes away for maybe a year. Right? This is where it's more powerful. This is where it gets your attention even better. It goes away for about a year. And it comes back because you almost forgot it. And it has more of an impact. So you're like, I think I had this. Yeah, I had this, but it's very faint. You can barely remember it. But it's able to get your attention. And then, you remember, you're like, no, I had this. Still scary, maybe an 8 out of 10. This is why I like symptoms to come in and out as much as possible, because this is how you build the leverage, right? You work through it. It becomes your friend. You build the leverage of indifference. You become friends with it, right? And then the brain leaves it alone and goes to a new symptom, old symptom. It keeps doing this, by the way. It keeps doing this to get your attention to the perceived danger because it wants you to get your attention to the liger on your back that's about to eat your head off. Because you've been running this program all your life. Right, I got a list. Where did I put my list? Here, a little list, right, of the shit that put you in a survival state. That built this perfect storm of 70 plus symptoms. Some of you 100, some of you 25, right? What brought you here? Well, let's see. Well, we got, maybe you had surgeries. Maybe you were put on medications. Maybe like me, I was on antibiotics probably 10 times in my life. I was drinking too much. I was a heavy, hardcore binge drinker for 15 years, never missed a day. No, 10 years, never missed a day. Plus smoking cigarettes. Wasn't much of a drug guy, but I know other people are and were. I was in toxic relationships. I was with a narcissist. That is devastating to the nervous system, right? Life situations, events, blocked emotions, right? I didn't have a handbook. I was suppressing emotions. I was creating behavior patterns to adapt to life situations as a kid, right? So you got all the emotional shit. This is where Sam is a guru at this shit. So I had that. What else? Social media, politics, news, right? World issues. I took supplements. Maybe you're dealing with trauma, abuse, parents, right? Maybe your life family dynamic was all screwed up. Maybe you're on crazy diets. A loved one passing, a pet passing, right? You just had a bad mental diet. Maybe you were part of these Facebook groups, which creates a different source of trauma on its own, right? Your symptoms become traumatizing, and then all the research that you do becomes traumatizing. Maybe you had pneumonias, flus, COVIDs, you had respiratory issues constantly. And then you had to take the medications for that, right? And then, of course, one of the last ones here is you had fear of the symptoms. Like that right there is another big can of worms, right? So all this stuff brought you here into the survival state, right? So it makes sense. It makes sense why we get there, why we're running these alarms. It's alarms. It's sending alarms going, hey, listen, your allostatic loads are full and you're running a survival state. Normally, and I'm going to repeat this, and I do this almost every video. Normally, you're supposed to be down here, ish, right? Some people are even negative, but ish, right? And we want to be back to standby. Normally, what's supposed to happen is this is supposed to go from 0 to 1,000 and back to 0 after the liger or the bear is dead. So there's an intruder or a bear in the room. You kill it. So it's in the room 1,000, right? You're in survival. It's doing everything it needs to do to protect you or to survive. And then it leaves. It's dead. It's laying on the ground. Done. You're safe again. And the system calms back down. Rest and digest, right? But throughout the years of bullshit, constantly being surrounded by ligers, right? Ligers meaning life situations, life stress, right? Small traumas, big trauma, whatever it is. All this stuff for long periods of time, all constantly hanging around you. Maybe that narcissist was cheating on you or making you feel this big, or you guys were constantly arguing, or you were just in a toxic relationship, or you just the person was a good person. It was just not meant to be, right? And you're arguing, angry all the time. You just don't mix, and all this stuff, all the life drops start to add up, and we got to bring that back down to 0, because normally Within 20 minutes, it goes from 0 to 1,000 back to 0. But over the long period of, let's say, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, the brain hardwires this survival state here. That's it. This is your new survival state. This is your new program. Your new program to keep you alive. Like I've said this 1,000 times. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It just is, right? And we perceive it as a bad thing because we feel broken. We don't like the symptoms that manifest because of it, because everything starts to build up on itself. It starts to become chronic because something's got to give. It's still keeping you alive. It's still running a program. You programmed it. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So we get dysregulated, but it's supposed to be. We get sensitivities, but you're supposed to have sensitivities to make room for more important things. If you're able to eat all the things in the world and all the junk food, and it's putting a lot of loads on the system, and its system's overloaded. So it's got to go, we got to make some calls here. Throw them sensitivities, right? No more alcohol. No, you got to have reactions every time you eat celery. Fuck it. Yeah. We're not letting anything in. We're letting everything out. Screw this, right? It becomes a hardcore bouncer where it's not letting anything in. Even if you've been there to this club 1,000 times, it goes, no, sorry, I don't even want to see your papers. You're not accepted tonight. Sorry. Only rice and beef is allowed in. That's it. So what do we got to do? We got to start bringing that survival state down, and this is where the work is. The 8 pillars. This is where you got to do the work, right? And to bring that survival state down, we just allow the thoughts and feelings, let them be there. Don't analyze because you got more symptoms. That's another thing. It's hard not to analyze, and you're going to learn not to eventually. In the beginning, of course, you're going to be like, yeah, so we must carry the 2, and then we bring up and then I had eggs on Tuesday, and it's now, right, Friday, and then it's I think it's delayed reaction. Last time I had eggs 1,000 times, I had this reaction. So you become this analyzer, professional, right? You become Einstein trying to get trying to break through to get the code of relativity. I don't even E equals MCF or whatever. Squared. It's squared, helmet. Yeah, whatever. So don't analyze, allow it to be there. You need the symptoms to be there. Without them, you can't move forward because every time they're there, they're opportunities. They're like listening ears, right? Symptoms screaming at you, it's like a big ear. But we don't like it, of course. The way we grew up, and it's common sense. Seems like common sense. You don't like that. I don't like this. So what you resist persists. The alarms get louder, it rings louder and louder until your whole world is surrounded by this alarm and fear because you keep resisting it. And the brain's trying to get your attention, but you keep going, no. Right? You say, but there's a liger there. You're going, no, I don't like it. So it's going to try harder and harder. So your world gets poisoned. All around you is an alarm. It magnifies it so big that you're surrounded by this alarm. So that's the first thing you got to do. You got to allow it with no strings attached. Don't allow to get rid of the symptoms. Just allow. So we can allow the energy to flow through, because this is all about emotions and energy. So you're doing the emotional work and you don't even know it. And I didn't either. This is where I'm going to talk about Sam a little bit, because I know some people were triggered about some of the videos that she made. I was doing the emotional regulation, all the complicated shit that people are triggered by, without really knowing it. I just generalized. I kept it simple because that's all I know. I'm a simple guy. I never picked up a fucking book. I bought $1,000, probably worth a lot of money of books. And I looked at the first page. Nope, fuck it. Too much. I can't fucking do it. I was one of those guys that would keep scrolling or block certain gurus because they were talking about trauma or talking about certain things that you can't heal unless you change your core beliefs. You need to dig for trauma. You need to, if you don't, right? Some of them, like I think Kathleen Kathleen, I don't even know, or King, whatever. Some of the fear campaigns I saw, they were triggering for me. I couldn't handle it. And then afterwards, I found out, I was doing the work without realizing it. And a lot of the stuff that these people talk about, I didn't have to do. So I get it. So I'm the person that likes to keep it simple. And I didn't know that all this allowing, that it was doing some heavy duty work. This is amazing. This is why I love this stuff. The simple approach covers everything. It's amazing. And listen, I did it. I didn't read no books. And there's another reason. I didn't read books because they were too triggering. And I'm grateful that they were, because I overcame, I recovered, and I want to keep that authentic experience. And I don't want to read too much shit because I think it'll taint my experience. Because I want to always speak from the heart for my experience. I don't want to have to go, what was that? What they said, Dr. Blah, 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 blah. That's just how I am. Right? So I learned this shit by making the mistakes, doing everything wrong, and I had some friends guide me in the right direction, but I still had to learn by doing everything wrong, intuitively doing it. And the allowing, it takes care, the allowing unwires the web of complications by just working with what the brain sends you on a plate, right? It's going to suck still. It's hard work still. So don't worry. It's going to still suck. But it's like this. Here. Anybody want another pizza? Right? It's going to keep. Do you want to? No, I don't, but let's do it. Let's do it, right? It's going to keep more pounding more shit. Anybody want another pizza? And you allow it, you let it do its thing. And you know what? If you just do that, you do the work. Yes, you got to do work. Sorry. You still got to do work. And it's not rocket science, the work you're going to do. It's not rocket science. It shouldn't be triggering. It's not. You allow, and you can get to full recovery. Right? So you can live your life, not be in chaos. And if you want, if that's good enough for you, I still think it should be a lifestyle. Keep going with this lifestyle. But you know what? If you want to go deeper, which I'm going to do, which actually I'm going to start doing now, I'm going to start doing some of the shadow work. And this is why I want to talk about this. You're at a place, like me, I feel great. I don't have symptoms. Freedom. Yeah. Right? I got mental freedom. No looping thoughts. No anxiety. Right? Sometimes my farts stink bad. Okay, whatever. I'm human, right? But I think I'm in a position now, and this is what I want everybody else to do. This is what I think makes sense, right? You don't need to do anything that's too triggering or do any digging till after you're at a place where you have some sort of freedom, you got some sort of normalcy, and you're thriving a bit. Go live life. And then if you want to, right, which I think is a good idea, honestly, I think it's fascinating. Right? Some of this shit I don't even know. I still don't, right? I didn't know going through this journey. I generally knew about this emotional work. I knew a lot about the survival program I was running. I knew about neural pathways and, all that stuff because of my experience. But now I'm curious. And I'm at a place where I'm almost enjoying this. Where I'm going to go, oh, let's dig a little bit, right? Let's get a little shovel. Let's do a little digging. Let's open some doors. Let's invite some doors to open. Let the brain first. First, I want to be aware of some of this stuff and let the brain, go, hey, what about this? Go, yeah, let's allow it. Why do I binge eat at night? Why did I date that narcissist? Why am I like this? Why do I get angry when this happens? Why do I get all weird when this happens? Right? Now I'm going to start being aware and go deeper. And this is what I was going to say. The stuff that Sam posts, right? For those of you that find it too triggering, just know you don't need to learn that shit. You don't need it. You can fully recover without it. Even though she puts it in a way that's easy to digest, if you don't want to watch it, don't. Until you're recovered somewhat, then I advise get into it because you know what? It's next level. And this is like amazing, brilliant, amazing shit. Next level. This is like, what the? Wow. In a good way. Right? You get to know yourself. It's like you'll be like, wow. Right? But you don't need it. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to. I'm gonna try to have a disclaimer in every one of her videos so that people know because we're gonna have new people coming in, right? Where people know you don't need to watch this. Just watch the regular general stuff. That's all you need. The regular general stuff is all you need to recover. But this stuff is for the people that want to go deeper, right? And we're also going to have an audience that might, from people that might not be dealing with 70 symptoms, that might be, somewhat living normal lives, that are just curious to learn. Because that's what this material is that Sam is presenting. It's material for people to learn and go deeper and go next level, right? And I'm starting that journey too. So I welcome you guys whenever you're ready to tap into it. But no, you don't need it. It's just there for you to learn. Will it benefit you? Oh, yeah. Right? This is Super Saiyan shit. Right? This is like it, I thought my shit was super it's superhuman. It's pretty insane. It's pretty amazing. This like but I mean opening some doors, seeing what's in there, right? Allowing it. Here's where the allowing comes back in. We're allowing some of these old behavior patterns. We're allowing them to be there. We're going to challenge them. We're going to expose them. We're going to get a little uncomfortable. Like, for example, people pleasing. We're going to get a little bit uncomfortable with that. I'm not much of a people pleaser, but some of you, right? Eventually, when you're ready, and then you're going to see how it's going to change you in a good way, where you are able to become your authentic self. And this is where the mind, body, and soul are in harmony. So I'm gonna have a playlist just so anybody who's like, okay, I'm ready to tap into to Sam's work. There's gonna be a playlist, and we're calling it. I think. Oh, did I forget? No, it's called The Dig. No, the I already fucked it up. I already forgot it. Whatever. Something to do with digging. So because this is the garden, the mindful garden. I'm the mindful gardener. Right. We're still trying to find a name for Sam. And we're here to prune the weeds, cut the grass, plant the seeds, right? Make sure it's got some miracle grow and grow the garden of Eden of your mind, right? That's the goal. So you're going to become a gardener and create the life of your dreams and create a new you, right? Literally, you customize it the way you want. And that's the whole goal. So this is a whole package thing. You're learning, like, there's so much material right now that's going to be coming to you on what we have already now. Right? It's all free. So Sam's stuff's there to learn, and my stuff, I'm here to be in the trenches with you day by day by day to get you to keep going, not to quit, to get you to the other side so you can get your life back. And that's what I'm here to do. And I keep it simple. I keep it light. I keep it simple. Right? And Sam also, she's going to make this scary, complicated shit easy to digest and to bite into. And if you don't want it, you don't need it. So this is what I kind of wanted to say today. And understand when symptoms move around, because I think Maggie mentioned that. I get comments about it all the time. And I said I was going to talk about this constantly. When symptoms move around, it's normal. You need it. It's a good sign. Because if they didn't, then you're not moving forward. Literally, you're on pause, you're stuck, you're managing. That's it. And be willing to feel the symptoms or the thoughts and feelings. Don't tap them away to get rid of. Don't allow them away to get rid of. Right? Don't vagus nerve them away. Don't do the stupid eye thing away. Right? Don't do the breath work away. Yeah, my God, I do this breath work, right? It's I feel good for like a half an hour, and then the old program comes back. What's the point of that? And I get it. In the beginning, okay, sure, use all those things to manage, just so you don't go crazy, so you can do the work, right? I'm gonna put the links in the description of the membership if you want to join the In the Trenches membership with me and Sam. Um, we are already planning on like it's filling up like crazy, and I kind of knew this was gonna happen. I had a feeling it's gonna be it's getting bigger and bigger. Uh, so we're gonna have to try learn to grow with it as best we can. Um, Eventually, we're gonna have different stages. We're gonna have, you know, in the trenches where people get their lives back, and then we're gonna get to an advanced, different level. Eventually, this is where Sam can get hardcore, and this is where we're gonna dig. We're gonna bring up all the shit. This is where people are gonna be. Um, it's next level, man. It's next level healing. So that'll be in the works, probably in a couple months still, because we're still doing this membership thing. We just rolled it out, right, and trying to stay on top of uh, the content to help you guys. And I'm trying to stay live. I took a couple days off just to push some of Sam's stuff out there, and I got to try to find a balance. I'm still, learning how to do this shit, the editing and all that. So bear with me. Um, but yeah, symptoms are important. We need them to be there. New symptoms, old symptoms. This is normal, right? And for me, it was the first year, 1.5 years, same shit. 2.5 years, different shit. This shit had this pile of shit had more peanuts in it. 2 years, more beets, right? Right near the third year is more like Parmesan, um, corn, right? Corn, olives, right? It's still the same shit but different. Same but different. So get used to it. Make it your friend because that's the way out. Okay, so please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm, and it helps me grow so I can bring more awareness to the mind body space because we're doing something huge here, and I really want to help. We really want to help a lot of people, um, and bring awareness. And we really appreciate all the support we've been having so far. So that's amazing. All right, let's see what people are saying. Let's see what the. Why does everything feel so dark, man? That's the alarms. And it literally feels like it's that reality because the alarms have to get your attention, right? Because it thinks that there's ligers everywhere. The brain is not going to make you feel, right? When you're running a survival state, just picture this. You're running a survival state throughout your life, all the shit that brought you here, right? And it thinks that there's laggers behind you. Do you think it wants you to feel good at that second when you're about to be killed by a liger? Do you think it's going to let you think about visions of lollipops, pops, rainbows, horses, right? No, because if it did, you would be caught off guard and not paying attention to the danger. You would be dismissing the danger, and guess what? The liger would eat your head off, and you're done. The brain's job is to keep you alive. So how would you, if you were the brain, how would you get somebody's attention? Well, you're in the brain's in you're in the brain. You're you. The brain's you. It's gonna find ways to go. Okay, give him anxiety. Okay, give him a pain here. Okay, chest pains, stabbing pains here that mimic a heart attack. His legs jelly, heavy. Okay, make sure. Oh, pains in his face. Okay, yeah. Make sure it doesn't go away no matter how much he does this. Yeah. Visual stuff. Yeah. OCD looping thoughts. Bring the anxiety up. We need him to go crazy. We need him to think he's got some sort of craze, like he's psychosis or multiple personality disorder. You know what? Make him think he's got MS, ALS, or make him think he's like this. Make him think, right? Give him a little bit of numbness here, just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, then a lot, right? And then this tingling in his face, right? Make him have rectal pain, Make them think that he tore something. Make them, right? That's what I would do. And then I go, okay, let's give him the thoughts and then give him a physical pain and let's tag team him, right? This is how we get his attention. So that's why. And it works great. It's doing my brain, big time cock blocks me. Yeah, I know, right? Constantly, and trust me, it will pass, and then it'll come back. It's another thing I missed. You'll have periods where you're like, "Oh man, I'm enjoying this beach day. This is amazing," right? And then an hour later, looping, right? And it makes you feel even worse because you had a peak of, you had, then it slapped you in the face like, no, nice, wasn't it? That was nice, but no, guess what? You are a special case, right? This is where the doubt really comes in hard, right? You are a special case. That mitochondria. Sorry, you have a special defect with that motherfucker gene. That's why. And then your brain makes a picture of a gene, right? You're like, oh yeah, I feel that. Oh my God, I feel that. The gene. There's something, I'm broken. I'm injured. My brain, I have a brain injury, like Annie Hopper likes to say. You have a brain injury? So please, what you need to do is redirect. And people think they're broken. They buy into the labels. Bullshit. You're not broken. The nervous system, the old program's throwing the kitchen sink at you. It doesn't want to make change because it knows you're alive right here and there. Right here where it's got you. Change equals risk. It's not taking any risks anymore. Imagine, you're the brain. All the years of bullshit that Helmut or little Julia put the brain through, all, constantly in survival, all the horse shit for 30 years. I wouldn't be taking any risks. Screw that. No. We're running the survival program. No risks. That's the default. Forget it. No. But you tell your brain, dude, trust me, the other side, it's going to be good. It's going to be sweet, man. You're going to be healthy. You're going to be chill. Right? Even Jesus would come down and go, here you go. Here's a secret. Here, you look into the future of your life. Right? Your brain goes, oh yeah? No, I don't care. No, I don't care. This is why also when people try to look for reassurance, it lasts for like 5 minutes. You can have the most reassurance in the world, times 50. You can have a doctor with, poof that, dude, you're fine. You're fine. Look, right? Look at, and then, you'll be like, oh yeah. That's what I needed. Thank you. Because I'm a reassurance junkie. 5 minutes later, it's like, no, we need proof though. It's like, dude, we just gave you proof 1,000 times. It doesn't matter. The content of the thought doesn't matter. The point of it is you're not out of the woods yet. It has to make you believe, and can make you believe all kinds of stuff, right? You're still not out of the woods yet. Maybe you did the work for a year and you're down to here, maybe. That's not out of the woods. No, it still has to get your attention, right? So you still feel like you got these negative Nancy thoughts clouding you, making you feel this different reality constantly. You can't get this cloud off you. It just follows you everywhere. Every good thought you have, it equals it out to negative. Yeah, because you're still here. Once you get around here, okay, the cloud gets thin. The alarms start to go off and on, off, and on again. Off for longer periods of time, and then on again. Right? When you're down to here, off. And maybe a little flicker, right? Maybe a little bit of right? Maybe right in the beginning, near the beginning, you might have like barely, you might know, not in the middle time, right? The alarms, you might have a peak at, everything's like, oh my God, I feel so good. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden, I'm back. Right? Near the end, it's going to be like more, oh my God, this feels good. Oh my God. No, I just don't, fuck, oh my God, fuck, oh my God. You get the point. Eventually, sunny days, right? So, trust me, you'll get there. But you got to go through the hell. For me, it was 3 years, right? I was making exorcism jealous. They were like, what a fucking asshole. They were so jealous, right? They were so jealous that they were insecure. These exorcisms were texting me constantly. They were outside my house, following me everywhere I went. That's how much I was making exorcisms. Really jealous, right? So that's why, and this is normal. Keep going, keep allowing, right? Your core beliefs will change on their own. The OCD will calm the fuck down. The looping thoughts, the doubt, the clouds will thin out, and then you have nothing. I don't feel negative. I don't feel too positive. That's positive, right? I feel good. So I notice every time I doubt myself that my symptoms start. Allow the doubt, allow the symptoms, so it can flow through you. And just remember, every time you try not to have the symptoms or you try not to have the doubt, right? Just remember this. There's an inner battle because you're resisting. What you resist persists, right? So the more you resist, the more you have a survival state that starts to build, right? And then you have more alarms, mental and physical alarms. And the more this goes up. So that's why you allow them. Let them do their thing. Let the energy flow through you and engage, which is really important. You need to engage. You got to move on, but allow again, move on, allow, move on, allow, engage times 1,000 every day. And that allows the system to finally calm down. And it's not just like, oh, within a week, oh, we're calm. No, took me 3 years for it to calm down because you don't see the needle move from a Tuesday in August till September on a Wednesday. It's like Tuesday in August is like this, right? Wednesday in September is like this. Did you notice the difference? No. It takes time. It does to bring this down, right? So just imagine, you know, this is where the work counts. It counts when you're elevating, you're walking, right? Elevating and walking, you might be dancing for an hour, walking for 2 hours. That's 3 hours a day. Plus your visuals, maybe an hour there. That's 4 hours times 365 times 3, right? Somebody do the math. I'm going to try to do the math, but let's see if what was it? 4 hours times 365 times 3, right? Look at this. 4,380 hours that you spent doing the work. Yeah, I know. In the beginning, you're not going to like it. You're not going to feel good at all. Right? Eventually, the system will catch up. And then you'll start to feel good when you dance. You're going to start to feel good when you do visuals. It'll catch on later. But just think, 4,000 plus hours, the brain will have no choice but to change. This is why we do this shit. This is why we do the work. Because if you didn't do all that shit, if you had those 4,000 hours gone, you didn't even do them, you were just living life, right? Not having a meeting with yourself, not doing the visuals, not trying to stay on track. You're just living life. Oh my God, my life, You're just trying to dial down the fear, but the dial's not working. You're just living life. You're trying to eat that pizza, but you have diarrhea. You just can't, right? And plus, life curveballs keep getting thrown at you while you're trying to live life, right? Because nowadays everything's just crazy, filled with stress, family bullshit, right? Mental diet is out the window. You're not being aware of old behavior patterns. You don't have a plan, right? You're just out loose, lost in the ocean. There's no lighthouse. This is why pillars are important. This is why a program is important. If you got OCD looping thoughts and you don't have a plan, the brain's going to hijack you. It's going to win. It has to win. It will win. You will lose every time. And you're supposed to lose because it needs to get your attention, right, to the danger. That's why we do the work, to support it, to help it along, because nobody's moving to Costa Rica for 5 years and gardening. Because if you did that and you allowed, right, and you did a little bit of dancing, well, elevating, being at the beach, eventually it would regulate. But nobody's doing that right now. Plus, you're dealing with all these life stressors. You got everything going against you. So that's why we do the work. And you stick to it. And eventually, the needle will move massively. 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 Right? And then after that, if you want to go deeper, and I think I do now, right? I want to go deeper. Also spiritually. I want to go. This journey forces you to get in tune with your inner self, your spiritual side. You start to discover things about you. You have synchronicities. You get in touch with your whatever beliefs you have. God, Jesus, Buddha, me was my higher self, my guides, consciousness. Right? It's amazing. And you know what? I'm gonna keep going. Not only am I gonna maintain this as a lifestyle for my health with the regular work that I do, I still do visuals, but I'm also going to start tapping into the shadow work, and I'm going to allow the spiritual side to see where this goes too. So this is exciting, and I'm at a place where I can enjoy this and have some fun and go, wow, aha moments, golden nuggets, downloads, right? Crazy downloads happening more often than before. So, yeah, join the crazy train. It's going to be amazing. Alrighty. Wendy, good to see you. Oh my. I've been in the hole the last two days. Then I remembered prime time. Exactly. Got up and went shopping. Love it. Yes. Yes, Wendy. That's what it takes. The hardest days are prime time. Stick to your routine no matter what. No matter what. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Let me see. Woohoo helmet up to 4K. Thank you. I finally hit the 4,000 subscribers, and I was talking to the YouTube guy, and he told me, "Yeah, you still have 70% that aren't subscribed that are watching you, eh?" I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "You got to get on top of getting people to subscribe, because you could have like 20,000 subscribers, which would push the algorithm and would reach more people." I'm like, "Shit, okay." So thanks for reminding me, Tanya. Please like, share, and subscribe. Because I really appreciate it, and thanks for all the support so far. So 4,000, amazing. But this is just the start. We're just barely, right, wiping the dust off the dust. So this is amazing. I'm excited. I have kept a calendar of my symptoms for the past 10 years. Okay, good. And wrote them down each day. And yes, I do go back and look at them to see if I ever had it and how long it was. Right. So there's a little bit of a balance with that too. Don't analyze it too much. Have it there so it's kind of like you know where it is, but out of sight. And only pick it up when you have a symptom that's new or really old that you haven't seen in a long time, just so you can move through the delays of the freakouts. That's it. It shouldn't be something that where you look at it and go, oh my God, yeah, it was so oh my God, it was so hard. It was just right. We don't want to overdo it, but yes, it's good to have to help you get through the delays, which is really important. Arsh, would love to have a Q&A with you just by yourself, please, on the live stream. Yeah, I think right now, this is what I'm doing. Ava, how's it going? Love to love you. Sam stuff's amazing. If that's triggering for people, then they need to just breathe through it. I'm loving Sam. I know. Her stuff, people need to see it. Right? They need to see it because it's next level. Really, it is. And it's interesting talking to her when I talk about some of the stuff I just allowed and did. And she's like, yeah, totally. And she'll tell you the science. Right? Because I think it's important when you find out the science about something, because she knows it, because this shit's all fact. This isn't just made up woo woo, right? She took the time to learn this stuff, right? And she can tell you exactly where it's coming from. And when you learn this stuff, you move forward with confidence. Compared to when you know a bunch of bullshit information, you have no confidence. You're lost at sea, right? You believe the labels. You don't. You guys know what I'm talking about. Exactly. I find Sam brilliant, but sometimes I feel overwhelmed. She's absolutely brilliant, of course, and that's why I think it's a good mix match. I don't know why it's so triggering for people. She's just never saying you must do this. It's so deep. Yes, Eden. Hey, that's not bad. Garden of Eden. Eden. That's not a bad idea. I don't know if she well, I'll mention it. Love it. Love it. Oh, have you thought about hosting the dance parties more? I haven't thought about it. I thought about it and I kind of forgot about it. But the plan is to have a dance party in June, mid June. I just got to get on it with my wife to get it. Go, all right, go, do it. Okay, I'm just gonna get a playlist. Yeah, let's do the playlist and just go do it. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It'll be exciting, right? Maggie says mental alarms are way less. Ooh, that's because the brain has got you somewhere else. Must be. That's great, but the spread is sketching me out. Okay, that's why. Okay, see, that's why shit moves around, right? Also notice this. Sorry, I'm burping. Let's say you're a person that's got like random symptom. Let's say you got digestive symptoms, and then the next week you got this new symptom, like a shoulder pain or chest pain. Hey, let's do chest pain. So normally you got gut issues, but then this week you got this chest pain, right? And you're freaking out about it. Make sure to give yourself some time to be aware of how your gut pains are a lot less, right? Remember that, learn it, because it's more evidence that's going to convince you, because the brain's always looking for evidence to be convinced, because we're doubtful about this shit. The more you go through this journey, the more you see more synchronicities, the more you see the patterns, the more you're like, man, this is so mind body, right? And then once that shoulder pain, whatever, or the heart pains go away, watch how the gut symptoms go back up, or the OCD goes back up. It's happened to me all the time. OCD symptoms were out of this world, but then I would have a new symptom like a pelvic floor pain or something, or heart pain, or perceived heart pain, whatever. And my OCD would calm down, and I would be super focused on this physical pain. And then eventually I started to notice that I'm like, oh, I'm not looping because I'm like super focused on this crazy pain. And then I moved through this pain and got indifferent to it, and then the OCD went right. So that's all normal. Why are symptoms so strong? Because I'm not so strong. I'm not a woman, but I can tell you it's probably because your brain is going through more. You're going through more stress. So it brings the survival state up a bit, and we're at more alarms. Alrighty. Okay, guys, I am gonna wrap it up. Thanks for being here. I had a good time, and I'm gonna be live more often this week. Love to love you guys. Okay, gotta roll. Gotta go to yoga.